Hi, Bob Sjogren here to tell you about our hottest selling item, Cat and Dog Attitudes. It's our first elementary curriculum. It's our #1 seller for a reason. It is changing little lives. Please listen to the testimonies down below of parents who absolutely love this curriculum. Hey, it was designed by my daughter Elise. She was a 3rd grade teacher and got Teacher of the Year, loves little kids, and prepared it and designed it directly for them. It's grades anywhere from 2 to 4, somewhere in there. And it's designed to help your kids realize that life is not about them. It's titled Cat and Dog Attitudes with a byline. The byline is this: living to make God famous. We say, kids, we are on this earth to make God famous. He is not here to make us famous. So then we pose the question, well, how can you make God famous? On the back of the Parent's Guidebook, we list how they can make God famous, such as having a good attitude, obeying their parents, respecting adults, loving their siblings, loving others, doing their chores, wholeheartedly serving God, thinking of others first, honesty, a good attitude, compassion, on and on and on. And they spend a week on each of those. Again, like all of our other curriculum, this is done 3 days a week. We suggest Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but you're the homeschool mom. You do whatever you want, and it lasts 15 to 20 minutes. Now, this curriculum kit has 6 items to it. The first I just talked about, Cat and Dog Attitudes, the Parent's Guidebook. Mom and Dad, this is for you. This is so simply made. If it's got a little black box up here on it, it's a question that you're asking your child. If it's got white, you're simply following the instructions. Very simple, very easy to go through and to walk through. It goes lesson by lesson, day to day. It tells you the pages. It gives you answers to everything in there. It's a no-brainer for moms. Secondly, we've got the Cat and Dog Attitudes. This is what your kids go through. It's full color all the way through. It's done 3 days a week again. And when you open it up, the kids stay there for the entire time. In other words, they're not, once they open it up to 1 page or 2 pages, they're done. Let me explain it to you very quickly. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On a Monday, right here, you start off with a scripture memory. This one is on obeying my parents. And then they go to an activity. Once they do the scripture memory and activity, they're done. They close the book. Then on a Wednesday, they turn the page. Now they're on Wednesday. Wednesday is all about application. And so they're going to say, hey, Mom and Dad, what could I do to make God famous by obeying you? Oh, honey, good question. Let's write some things down. And so they write it down right here. Then they go into a missionary story, talk to you about that in a second, from India. And they write how God made himself famous in India. And then they go to a cartoon. And in this cartoon that deals directly with what they're learning about obeying Mom and Dad, they color it in, and there are some empty boxes that they have to write in. Whereas Wednesday was application, Friday is now accountability. And so they're asked the question, what did you do this past week to make God famous by obeying Mom and Dad? And they've got to write it down. And then there's also another story from India from this one, and then another cartoon, and again, blanks for them to fill in to show how a cat would react, how a dog would react. Don't forget the missionary stories. I heard good news today too. These are incredible. These are 65 true stories that have happened within the past 15 to 20 years. You can get on the email newsletter list of some of these people. Written by a 14-year-old homeschool girl, these stories blow a parent away as well as children. Phenomenal book. There are 2 cartoon books that you're dealing with. The first one is 102 Differences Between Cats and Dogs for Kids. These are 102 everyday scenarios kids will find themselves in where they've got to say, am I more like a cat or am I more like a dog? Such as they're asked to take out the trash. How does a cat respond? How does a dog respond? A cat whines, why me? I did it last time. It's too heavy. And a dog says, yes, ma'am. 100 everyday scenarios, men and women. This book is worth $1,000. Because He Liked It by Gerald Robinson. 100 wacky ways God has put His glory on display in creation. Why did He do that? Because He liked it. Men and women, this world is about what God gets to do and the joy that he has, and we miss it so much because we think it's about us. Kids love this book. Finally, there's an audio CD where kids are singing a song once a week with my daughter's third grade Palestinian Muslim students. She was a teacher over there, and so they sing the song, "We Want to Make God Famous." There are also nature sounds on there because my daughter explains the glory of God in nature through an audio CD here. And as well, there are audio sounds that kids mimic of like horses and goats and sheep. And they say, how is this animal praising God? Kids love this. And for those of you parents, we're finding more and more who don't have a CD player. You can download these or just listen to them on the internet on our website. Well, there you have it. Cat and Dog Attitudes, Changing Lives. We're excited about it. We hope you're excited about it too. 6 things that come together and form our kit. Check it out, and please listen to all the moms below who will say this curriculum has changed their entire child's character. Thanks.